we got a lot of shit in the last video for our conversation about Alireza and Hikaru, and I think we probably should address that. I don't know if we should, but we should probably address that. Basically, people were just saying that we were defending Hikaru and taking his side, bashing Alireza. It couldn't be, I would say, further from the truth. We've been pretty unbiased in general. Regarding Alireza, we many times and many videos we've had plenty of good things to say about him. He's an amazing player, so I don't think we've taken in that regard Hikaru's side. And regarding Hikaru, it's just, again, we started this podcast not to be the TMZ of the chess world necessarily, right? Like, we could go insult by insult and analyze absolutely everything that was said, but we never took that route. It would be the easy route to take to get engagement and whatnot, but that wasn't our intention from the beginning. I don't know. That's at least how I saw it. And I wasn't trying to make the case that Hikaru was blame-free or anything of that nature, or that it was Alireza's fault. I was just saying that this is an explanation of why Hikaru might have acted in the way he acted. Not to excuse his behavior, of course. His behavior was, some people didn't like it. I personally think a little bit of trash talk in competitive sports.
Well, it wasn't trash talk. Okay, so it wasn't. I wouldn't call it trash talk. I think there's a difference. Trash talk is something for the public. It's playing up to the public.
Sure.
It's I mean, you see the boxers or the MMA fighters, right? They say some bullshit before the match. Most of it is probably manufactured to create some extra hype.
There's definitely
that's different. Okay, this was Hikaru said some things in the heat of the moment. I think this is the difference between the internet and the real world. It's like, on the internet, of course, people want to talk about something, they get a bit bored, and so they latch onto it. Of course, he said some regrettable things, probably things that he regretted, and they didn't reflect well. But in the real world, nobody actually cares. I mean, you see so many interactions that are like that, or worse, and then they just like people say some stuff in the heat of the moment to each other in real life, and then they apologize. It's forgotten about. It's like, how many times you see this after people have had a few drinks, or they get a bit competitive.
Behind the scenes, this happens all the time.
No, but not even behind the scenes, like just in real normal life.
Right.
You go to a bar. I'm sure you're going to witness a million interactions like that, But
we've seen that in competitive,
sure.
Us playing, let's say, Backhouse, or us playing Blitz chess after tournaments. There's been this type of trashing.
So this is
like competitors,
normal life. People have interactions like this. Sometimes it's not very cordial.
Yes.
And okay, but it's not something very newsworthy. I mean, what are we going to talk about?
That's the thing. You can go insult by insult. You can analyze absolutely everything. You can say that him bringing Alireza's family into question was obviously not the right thing. Then going for the chess bras, obviously not the right thing. But again, we weren't analyzing insult by insult, and we've
also how many times have we been at something, or at least and then some fight. Not a fight, but some small fight breaks out. People threaten each other a little bit. Then someone gets in the middle, mediates, it cools down. Next day they apologize.
I remember when Jobava Anish.
Well, this was at a press conference, and it didn't even people didn't care.
Was basically saying that he's gonna.
People didn't really care back then too much. It's they this is the 2014, I would say, Tashkent Grand Prix event.
Yeah.
I wasn't at that press conference, but it was a press conference after they drew a game.
Yeah.
So you think after a draw, nobody cares, right? But the entire argument was based on that they evaluated a position differently.
Correct.
And I've had even this, because I don't really get too heated with these things, but I've had this with another player where we're working together, and then we evaluate a position differently. And I suggest that what he's saying is complete bullshit, but maybe I don't put it in the nicest way. And then this player thinks that I'm disrespecting his chess ability. which I'm not trying to. Just I'm saying, okay, like you're completely wrong. And then he gets incredibly angry at me. And then like an hour later, cools down, and we're like, okay, it's fine, whatever. You know, no hard feelings. And this is what happened during the press conference. They had a disagreement over the valuation of a chess position. Seems kind of like you shouldn't get into a fight over this, but yeah, it happens. And the only difference is that the internet reaction back then was a bit more. I mean, we were less online. We saw things through YouTube, and it happened like a week after the fact or a month after the fact or whatever, and nobody cares too much. And now it's, there's like this. It has to be captured in the moment, sort of news cycle, and chess is not immune to that. But I don't know why it would be. I mean, everything is sort of going in that direction. So yeah, the internet got heated over this. Everyone has their opinion. They're entitled to their opinion. But that's about it.
Absolutely, and you know that kind of is in the past right now. Hikaru apologized for what he said directly to Alireza, so you know. But all in all, I think in general, this type of, let's say, clashes, animosity in the chess world, in competitive sports, they're going to happen naturally. Just because you haven't seen it, let's say, in chess, doesn't mean it doesn't happen. You see it in other sports. That's how you promote. Let's say fights, for example. That's how you promote fights.
What happened between McGregor and Habib? When
Plenty of
I mean,
examples.
like one of them went to jail. No.
Yes, McGregor
Like this
went
is
to jail.
This is what this is what constitutes an actual fight in another sport.
Correct.
And in chess, it's like two guys on the internet. They are not even yelling at each other.
No.
And then one of them isn't even engaging, right?
Right.
And then this happens for like an hour, and people get worked up over it.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, in UFC, people go to jail, and which I'm not saying is better, but it's just funny the different degrees that we consider to be dramatic.